Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Valeria or Fluorescence UV over here. So today we're going to do and get started with an actual tutorial about lashes. I know a lot of my friends don't know how to do their lashes, so I really hope this video helps you out. What you should do, how you should get started, and make you feel like a bomb ass bitch when you wear lashes. I've been trying to do this video a couple of times already. This is like my third time trying. Honestly, I'm over it. I wanted to get it out there because I know a bunch of my girls have been asking me to do this video specifically because they don't know how to do it. Now, before you get started into doing your lashes, there's 3 important things that you're going to need to become better at doing your lashes. So the 3 supplies are actually your scissors to cut your lashes, your tweezers to be able to help you out put your lashes, and then your lash glue. I feel like this is the most important thing because a lot of people can be very irritated to certain ingredients, per se, like latex and stuff. So you always have to be careful with that. Now, for the actual lash itself, main thing I really do recommend is to start with inexpensive lashes that are more, I want to say more than $3. And the reason why I say this is because you should not be getting those e.l.f. and Wet n Wild lashes that are $1 at the drugstore. Please don't get those. Those are a waste of money. The band is very hard to work with. You're not going to get used to the type of lash that it is because it is more of a plastic band or like a very hard plastic band, and you really can't maneuver it, and you'll feel your eye, like you'll feel the band poking your eye the rest of the night. Now, the lashes I'm actually going to use today are my Ardell double wispy lashes. The reason why I'm using this is because these are the lashes I actually started with. These are the lashes I practice with. I actually use only the wispies. These are a little bit more fluffier, and to be honest with you, I feel like a lot of people should start with these. I feel like a lot of people should start with the Kiss lashes, the ones on the drugstore, and then you can move up your way to Eylure, or you can use the Eylure lashes that are like super soft. So these are the lashes I'm going to use today just for right now, just to give you a good example and to do the demo with. Now, main thing I do recommend is when you are doing your lashes, I personally like to put mascara on my lashes before anything. I don't know if you can tell, I have mascara on right now, so that's what I like to do. I don't like to put them on my actual lashes because I do want to wear them more often, and that does kind of deteriorate the lashes a little bit. If you do take good care of them, then maybe they will be able to last longer. Here's another tip personally for myself. I am a very high critic when I was doing my lashes in the very beginning, and the issue was always that I can never get them as close to my lash line as possible. So what I always recommended was what I like to recommend to start working and using the lashes, I feel like you should have at least like a smoky liner or a liner or some type of, if you just line your upper lash line, you won't be able to notice if there's a gap in the middle when you open your eyes. So that is my biggest recommendation, and that's why I have my makeup as I do today, just so you can see that it hides the lash band and it makes it look more natural. Let's get started. I'm just going to zoom you into my eyes. Okay, so the first thing you're actually going to do is when you try to use these lashes and take them off for the first time, I really recommend to get them from the outer corner. Pick them up with your tweezer from the outer corner, and then it'll be easier for you to not damage your lashes as much. Then you're just going to place them into your eye and try to measure them to see how much you need to cut. Now, this is actually the hardest thing to do. These lashes are already cut, but what I like to do is just to put them in the outer corner, tape them, and then in the inner corner as much as you can. And most people can't really go all the way in, so what I like to do is I just like to have like a third of my eye exposed and then go on from there. So once you have the actual measurement of, okay, I feel like this is good enough for me, you just cut them. What I do recommend as well is that if you do have lashes, start cutting a little by little, and it's better to cut off a little than to cut off a lot, because then you won't be able to fix your issues if you cut too much. They're just going to become half lashes. Once you cut your lashes up, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to do the actual application. For my lash glue, what I'm using is my lash glue in Duo, which is in the green form. And the reason why I use the green one is because I really like the wand. I think it's a lot better to manage than the squeezy tube where you have to put it in like a plastic cover or something. I think that's too much work. I think it makes it harder, and you do become more impatient, and you do lose a lot of product. When you have a squeezy tube, I don't know if you have this issue, but you squeeze out too much because it's not at the very tip of the application. So when you're trying to squeeze out a lot, you know, a lot comes out. That's the issue that I've always had with the Lash Duo, the pink and the black one, but it's all personal preference, whatever you do decide to do. I feel like this is beginner friendly. So going on to the actual lash application, I'm just going to put that on the actual lash band, and I'm putting a very light coat. Because this band is very thin, I like to put double coats on my outer and inner corner, especially because it's very easy to be able to make them stick and not be as flimsy. So then once you actually have the lash glue, what I like to do is just curve them into a big C and just let them air dry. When you do these type of lashes, you have to make sure you let the lash glue dry and become tacky. So it's very easy to notice when your lash glue is very tacky because it comes from like a clear blue hue to like a dark hue. So I'm gonna show you right now. As you can tell, my inner corner is ready and my outer corner is still drying down right there. So that's how you know that your lash glue is tacky in the inner corner but not in the outer corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit more in my outer corner just so it can be like an even distribute of the lash glue. What I recommend you to get is a mirror. So I have like this double-sided mirror right here. All I'm going to really do is just make sure that I put the mirror very down towards my face so my eyes are looking downward, and then I'm going to place my lashes. Okay guys, as you can tell, I'm grabbing them from the middle of the lash, and I'm actually just touching the hairs. I'm not trying to touch the lash band as much so I don't get any lash glue stuck in the tweezers. Now we're just going to apply them. Now that we're applying them, first you're going to do is place them in the middle, and you're gonna work around your corners. So place the outer corner, and then right away place your inner corner. If you feel like they're too far forward or too far back, you have a little bit of wiggle room to pull them back or pull them forward. I personally feel like I did a pretty good job in placement. So I'm just going to wait until the lash glue fully dries. Another thing I really like to do is just to pinch my lash line and some skin into the actual glue so it stays on more. So that's my first application right there. To be very honest with you, these lashes are bomb. They're more of a softer lash than I'm used to naturally now. That is the lash right there. And I know it's going to be too short of a tutorial, so I'm just going to show you how I do the other eye. A little bit more zoomed out so you could just see what my hands are doing, and you know, it's not so close up. So I'm going to zoom you out real quick. Alright guys, same thing again. I'm just going in from the outer corner, picking it up. Then next thing I'm just going to do is just grab my lashes with my fingers. You don't have to use tweezers at this point. And going in with my actual applicator. Again, just going through the lash band and running it through. Now all I'm really doing is just waiting 15 to 20 seconds or 15 to 30 seconds for them to dry off. What I like to do through this time is I like to really fuck with the lash and just kind of make it curve to where it'll curve into a C, because my eyes are very, you know, your eyes are very round, so they're not straight, and they needs to hug the actual lash. When you do wear your lashes the first time, it is the most time, it's really hard and stubborn. So by the second time that you use them, it's going to be a lot easier to fuck with them, if that makes sense. Now I just gotta keep on waiting. Okay, now that I feel that they're a little bit dry, I'm going in with my tweezers and grabbing the middle of the actual lash. All I'm really going to do is just have my mirror right here and place it in the middle. Place the outer corner on my lid. Then place my inner corner in closest to my lash line. Now, sometimes what I like to do is just use the end of my tweezers. And if I feel like I need to push down on the band or something to make it touch my lid, that's what I do. And there you have it. That's pretty much how easy for me it is to do lashes. I have no problem doing lashes anymore. You know, you do have your good days and your bad days, just like wing liner. It does take practice. You just have to get used to it. And the big thing I can really tell you, when you first wear lashes, I really recommend wearing natural lashes. Please stay away from the full fluffy ones. Even these are gonna feel super heavy on your eyes because they're double wispy. Just get the wispies and you'll be fine. These double wispies are super pretty for a natural soft eye. Like, I don't know if you can tell, like a side profile. These are the side profile of the lashes and they're pretty fucking fluffy. For drugstore, that's amazing. But again, you're not going to be comfortable. You're literally going to feel like there's something on the top of your eyes. The easiest way I can explain it to where you get used to them is kind of if you think about your nose. If you really think about it, you can never see your nose. It's because your eyes decide not to see it. So if you focus, you can actually start seeing your nose. So the analogy is that it's the same thing with your lashes. At first, because they're so big and it's heavier than you're used to, you're going to see it. But with time, the eyesight is more focused on other things. Within an hour, you won't be able to see the lashes anymore. You won't be able to feel them as much. So just keep that in mind, that it does take time for you to not acknowledge the lashes being there. Another thing is that I recommend you to use lashes that have a very clear lash band. If you do want to work your way up, then once you have gotten used to the natural lash, I do recommend to start using double wispies, which are these right here, which has a little bit more hairs, more heaviness, and then you can work your way up to a thicker band. So by a thicker band, I'm talking about like the Makeup Shack lashes, which is like Dubai has a very thick lash band. You know, every single lashes they have are very thick lash bands. So again, that's what I recommend you to work your way up to. And it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of patience. When you have to do your makeup, just make sure you have extra time. Make sure you're calm. You're not rushing. If you're rushing, fuck it, don't even do the lashes, because they're going to hurt you and you're not going to be patient. So when you apply your lashes, there's a thing I actually recommend. So you're gonna tight line your upper lash line. It makes such a big difference, hence why you can't tell where the lash band is sitting from my monitor. I don't know if you can see it on camera, we'll find out later. But when you tight line your actual upper line, it makes such a huge difference. It looks like the band in the lashes are tied in together. So that's another thing I do recommend. Just make sure you have a brown or a black eyeliner and you should be good to go. Hopefully this isn't such a short tutorial. Gist of it is very simple. It's just about practice. To be honest with you, if you have questions, if you need recommendations on lashes, please let me know. I will be here. Comment down below if you got questions. Hit my DMs. And I hope you guys have a nice day. I hope this video was very helpful. Like if you actually learned something today. Please try some lashes on today, tomorrow, when it's payday. Go buy some at the drugstore. You don't have to ball out $30 for lashes. If you do decide to go buy some lashes, just make sure you're going to spend like 15 bucks at most, just because you gotta buy your lash glue and you gotta buy your lashes. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure you share with a lot of people that you know need help with lashes. Hopefully I can help them out too, and I'll catch you guys on my next one. Bye guys.